First day of the rest of my trip. I am off to Uruguay today. This was my hotel room. Not much to look at, airport hotel. But yeah, the Rio airport hotel. It's in Terminal 1, which is deserted. I think this is all that's left of it. So I shall see you soon. Settled in to my room. It's very small. I'll let you see it. But the woman here is really nice. She's so sweet. She took me through everything. Yeah, there's not much to see. There's a chair in the corner. There's a mirror. There's a door. There's a single bed. I've slept in a single bed since I was about 12. Well, that's maybe a lie. Anyway, there's that. My computer, and there's plenty of space for me. That's my view. I'm glad to say central Montevideo. It looks quite plain, but Jesus, compared to Rio, it's absolute paradise out there. So yeah, I'm going to go out and get something to eat shortly, I think. I'll show you the rest of the house. The woman's in doing some sewing. There we go. The woman's in doing some sewing. She seems to have a wee sewing room there with a sewing machine, so when she's finished I'll show you. It certainly won't take long. Anyway, I'll speak to you soon. So this building's like 110 years old, the woman was saying. I think I've not seen a working lift like this for a long time. Yeah, open the door, open the inner door, and we open that door, and you get in. I think. And we shut it. That seems to be it. And we press. Is it that? Try that anyway. And right here. Oh, same process to get out. Shut it for the next person. It's really nice, very ornate. So, first full day in Montevideo. Goodness. It's nearly lunchtime, so yeah, I'm doing my usual. I'm slipping back in my old routine quite quickly. It's alright. I don't do much in the morning. Well, I do quite a lot in the morning. That's a lie. I'm going to cut this. This is what a lot of nonsense. I have a slow start. I'll maybe do Spanish of my breakfast and just do various things that I need to do. I'm going to head out shortly, see what it's like. Go for a wander, see what I can stumble across, get some interesting pictures. Here's a random commotion going on up here. Let's see, it's reminding me of Rio Carnival already. Here yesterday, but this place is always different when the sun comes out. I'll show you again. It looks much better. Across this, like, what would you call it? It's all antique and old style stuff. Arcade, that's what it is. It's an arcade. It's not. Yeah. Interesting things, but. to start with my paperwork for the van. I'm going to sort out paperwork for the van, hopefully into migrations first. Not sure exactly what we've got to do there, that's where I've got to go. We've got a wee bit of paperwork to show them. So we'll see how it's noisy here. The weather's good, but as you can see I've got an extra layer on. That's a big change after Brazil. I like it though, I like the temperature, it's far more comfortable. It was quite painless. Didn't take that long. What was that, about 15 minutes to get that started going. So I've got over there. I did get told off twice for using my mobile phone. I took out the first time with complete ignorance. The woman was really nice about it. Says don't use it. And I was sitting, and everybody must do it because they're that used to pulling it out. Next thing, I've got my phone in my hand checking for an email. I was actually looking for paperwork that I might need, and she came over again. She was still smiling, but yeah, that was second warning. If I'd have got another warning, I don't think it would have been quite polite, maybe out on the street. But yeah, but all done. I'm waiting my next stop to get my next bit of paperwork. Fingers crossed. It's the next stop, I think. That's it. A wee bit of the port area. You can't see much just now for the trees. Some graffiti wall art. Some of it's rubbish, but this looks quite good. This is the KMA office. I've just picked up my second bit of paperwork and paid all my import fees. They weren't as cheap. Oh, it's a bit warmer now. The sun's up. Right, as I was saying, I've got my second bit of paperwork. I think I'll go back and see my agent and see what he's saying. I've sent an email for my insurance, so hopefully that goes as smoothly as the 2 bits of paperwork I've arranged I have done already, because that was much easier than I thought. See the port area, it's huge. What a big container port Montevideo is. There's no cruise ships in. There's been one in every day since I've been here, but not today. Yeah, I think it left last night about 10 PM. You knew it was leaving because its horn went off, and I'm quite near the port. Jesus, the windows were nearly rattling with the ship's horn going off. I was just seeing the agent. Place is owned by a guy called Eduardo Kessler, but it was his son. He had reasonable English, much better than my Spanish anyway, so we're hopeful we can get the van next Wednesday. We're talking about, one of the biggest worries I've got is opening that van and there's nothing left, but he says they're much better now. They've got cameras up and things, which is, they shouldn't have that anyway, but that's a bit more reassurance, so hopefully everything will be intact. That would be nice. That would kind of make up a little bit for having to wait nearly 3 months for my van. So yeah, that's good. So everything's paid, all the paperwork's done. I've just got to wait on him to tell me when I can pick up the van, as long as the van's not delayed. It's in Santos just now, in Brazil. So if it leaves that port on time, it should arrive here on time. So I'll check that over the weekend. Fingers crossed. The report after putting in a layer this morning. The mornings are quite cool here. But the sun's up now. It's roasting again. It's only February. I don't know if you can get an idea of the size of that container ship. It's absolutely massive. I like these railroad buses. You can tell they go back quite a few years. It's very windy here, but there's a very random chimney in front of me. This obviously goes back to when there was something over the road maybe, but God knows. But never seen anything like that before. Well, I came along here to see if this would be a good place to see the sunset, It may well be, I'm not sure, but it's a bit sketchy during the day. Bit run down, just folk coming out, just folk out fishing really, but I don't know if I really want to be walking up here with the fading light. It's a wee bit too kind of isolated. I thought I'd wander around the board market, and I knew Montevideo town was quiet on us at the weekend, but geez, it's really empty. Rio Centre could get empty, but that was more, it still wasn't comfortable empty. This is fine, I mean it's just empty, but it's more boring than intimidating, I would say.
Tengo clavos en las manos y cuchillos en los dedos, y él hace una corona hecha de alfileres negros, mira cómo se le pone la piel cada vez que me acuerdo que soy un hombre casado, sin embargo.
Sunday into the swing, of course the streets are still pretty deserted. A bit earlier, until this bus goes past. I want to do a bit more with my time today, so I've got up a bit earlier yesterday. I took it easy, although I was watching the football. But I'm going to get on the hop on hop off bus. Didn't even realise there was a hop on hop off bus for a few days, because usually they're everywhere. But well, it's being such a smaller city, there's not so. I think there's, I don't know how many there is, but there's two routes. I don't know how many buses are on. I'm on my way down now to meet the bus. Hopefully I'll make it. I was trying to get the 9 o'clock bus, so I'm now going for 9:30. They've been quite quiet so far. There's a cruise ship in, so it might be a bit busier today, but should go on okay. These look like the wax palms that you might see in Colombia. They're so tall. Let's see if I can find out. There's not a lot of signs saying what the stuff is. Let's see if I can find out what these are. Well, just had a wee wander around the Botanic Garden. It was peaceful. There's not much to it really. Didn't take long to get round. Almost an hour or so. Just to have a quick wee look. So I'm not very enthused. Montevideo's got that thing about it, it's maybe coming through. It's nice, it's okay, but it's not. It's a small country and a small city as cities go. There's not a lot to see and do. So yeah, got to make the most of it. Back. It's not like it's not got the exhilaration of Christ the Redeemer or Sugarloaf Mountain or even the Recoleta Cemetery in Buenos Aires. Places like that, the Casa Rosada. I said that right this time. That was a problem in the earlier video. But yeah, places like that, there's real points of interest in Buenos Aires and Rio, of course. Montevideo not so much, although I did know that. But yeah, I'm here and I'm lucky to be here. I really appreciate the fact that I'm here, so I'm still trying to make the most of it. So we'll have a wee walk down to this. There's a park near the Botanic Gardens. We'll walk down to that. Oh, there's some big houses. Montevideo is quite good for the posh res. few folk walking around with the same coloured football tops on. It wasn't a big team, that stadium wasn't really that big. So I don't know what league it was in. The stadium wasn't full either. Since I've got here, I've been trying to work out in my head how much of the place is South American and how much of it is Europe. Superficially, Buenos Aires, Montevideo, Brazil, they're very European because, well, obviously Europeans settled and they've left their mark. Each has got their own cultures, and I suppose you would call that South American. I don't see them so much other than the tourist things that are on sale, like some mate and alfajores and the various types of food. I think Montevideo and Buenos Aires are the most European because they have the most sort of white settlers. Brazil, Rio actually handled more slaves during the slave trade than anywhere else in the world. Obviously they were sent to other parts of South America, but the African influence is quite strong in Brazil, so that changes it slightly. It changes the culture slightly, I would say, from predominantly white Uruguay and Argentina. So in the big cities, I think once I get out and about, I'll see more indigenous, what you would call real South American, because these are the people that always lived here, like the colonisers. Anyway, that's my thoughts so far. Very European, but each country's got its own identity, and that's interesting. I stopped at that wee shop. I thought I'd better get something to drink before I start getting thirsty, because it's quite hot today. Got myself the ice cream as well. A treat. I'll go back and get on that bus and go around and see the thing I really want to see. Actually, it's the big stadium where the first World Cup was held in Uruguay. They play their national games. I don't know if you caught that. Those green parrot things are flying about here. Oh, there's one there. Get them in Buenos Aires as well. I saw them in Rio too. Not often. I was disappointed with the birds. I thought we'd see much more interesting bird life, like big parrots and stuff, but nah, maybe I should have went into the rainforest to see them.